All right, looks like everyone's hearing and seeing everything all right. So if you have any questions or comments throughout the presentation, again, we do welcome that. We do want to make this a discussion as we present what SOS has to offer these days. So again, my name is Derek Wood. I'm the Partner Product Manager here at SOS Online Backup. And today we're going to be going over a new product that we released to the market with SOS ServerSave. As an agenda, we're going to do a quick overview of where the company has come from, what our specialty has been to this point, and how ServerSave changes that. You know, what is ServerSave? What does it mean to you as a partner? What does it mean to your customers? What does this mean to how you position the market with this new service, this suite of services, really? And how this changes also the competitive landscape. So those of you who are familiar with what SOS Online Backup at a file and folder level has been doing in the market, so some of the existing partners we have on today, how does this change the competitive landscape? And what market are you now looking at infiltrating, and at what price points? And we'll go through a brief product tour at the end and end with Q&A, at which point we'll give out the Kindle code. You can call into our partner specialists, give them the Kindle code to be entered into the drawing, and winners will be announced within a week. So any questions before we get started? Not everyone's using the chat. How many people on here are existing partners of SOS and are looking at converting to our new program? And who's looking at SOS for the first time? You could just chat in and let me know what you're looking at. All right, we have first time. We'll welcome Andy. All right, thanks, Eric. All right, we got a couple partners looking at the new product. I'm really excited to see what we're turning out. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jason. All right, terrific. Well, as that comes in, let's go ahead and get started. We'll take an overview of SOS and the industry. So this is a great graphic, and it shows where cloud-based backup solutions and cloud-based storage really is today, and where it's come from. SOS Online Backup itself was founded in 2001 in Melbourne, Australia, and had rather humble beginnings for the first 4 or 5 years. It started off, very quite slowly, kind of a part-time, your typical tech garage type business. And then in 2005 is when we really launched our international operation into the U.S. market primarily. So from 2005 on, we've really been the industry leader when it comes to having the most secure file and folder online backup technology in the market. From 2005 to 2007, 2008, we were primarily partnering up with major retailers, doing a lot of custom development work and so on. And then we had this light affiliate program that many of you are familiar with. With other affiliate programs, you register your name, you get some emails and some type of small discount, and you can provide a service. Well, as we saw the market changing and going away from just affiliate-style IT services, and you have an a la carte list of services that you could potentially provide to your customers, we wanted to take a stab at really getting into a strategic relationship with our partners at the mid-market level. So partnering up with managed service providers or IT service providers, telecom providers, hosting providers, who are serving, for a large part, of the SMB market. Now, the IDC has been looking at this move and has said relatively the same thing. Online backup has been a tremendously strong market, about 33% growth year over year for the last 3 to 4 years. And we're estimating that we're really just coming out of the early adoption phase of this market. And we're looking at a potential explosion of opportunity when it comes to online backup services being more widely adopted per business, but then also per capita, the adoption is expanding. So the stats at the bottom here show 16% of the companies they surveyed are using some sort of online backup today. 3/4 of those 16% said that it was just a preliminary use case, and they were just doing a live test, so to speak. So their implementation of an online backup procedure was relatively isolated to a few workstations, maybe a couple users, maybe one machine, etc. And that their plan is to eventually have a cloud-based backup solution be the focal point of their backup solution. The remainder who didn't currently have an online backup strategy in place said that they're looking into it. So the remainder, so no one was really saying, no, we're not interested in doing that. It was, well, we're evaluating, we're planning it out. A number of reasons of moving or delaying the move is, one, SMBs are typically a little more conservative. So just a brief overview, you have your innovators who are your first guys who come in. They like to have the latest and greatest technology, even if it's not proven. The guys who go out of their way to sign up for alphas and betas that some companies will release out to select public members. Your early adopters are somewhat in that they like to be in the leading edge, but also their risk in moving systems or moving to a new technology, or the cost of moving to this new technology or new service is not prohibitive. So there's moving from services one to another. So we're looking at a big market opening where we have traditional systems that are coming up for expiration, so licenses are expiring, and also the security of online cloud backup has been proven now. So it used to be in 2007, 2008, is this secure? It makes us kind of nervous. To now it's required by those high security needs customers. So the same customers 4 or 5 years ago who were saying, well, that's really just not secure enough for us, now it's legally bound to them. They need to have an offsite backup, especially when we're talking about healthcare, who needs to have online backup as part of their CCHIT certification. And if they don't meet the certification, they're actually going to be fined in 2014. So industry to industry, you find big adoptions according to security needs, and it's been a complete flip over the last 5 years. Another reason for this early majority or this move away from the early adopters is the availability of high-speed internet access has grown dramatically. So infrastructure improvements in the market has improved so that more people are able to use this type of system. An online backup service using some sort of slow dial-up connection is not going to be the most viable way for you to back up or recover information. And now that you have large wireless network satellite connections that are more affordable, this is something that's more viable for you. So we're looking at a huge expansion into this market, and that's just saying online backup at a file and folder level. What we've done now is we've even more greatly expanded the market to include their ServerSave product for a image-based backup solution that goes off-site. So this is what we're describing as a price functionality inflection point, where the cost of entering this type of service and using this type of service has become well within the wheelhouse, so to speak, of a majority of the SMBs out there in the market. So not only are we looking at a huge opportunity in the fact that infrastructure and security has been proven and is now making this viable for all SMBs, we have legal obligations to get an off-site backup for things like SAS 70, Sarbanes-Oxley, HIPAA, EU Safe Harbor. If these things aren't already required by some of those, which they're not required by all, they are being put through now. So every year these security needs change, and that's why with SOS being ahead of the security curve is so valuable. So our doctor's offices who needed, who are worried about HIPAA compliance, who signed up 2 or 3 years ago, even with all the changes that are happening today, tomorrow, and next year, we've always been so far ahead of the curve that they don't have to change their service. We're finding a lot of businesses are having to actually do this. Anyone specializing in EMR integration, electronic medical record, electronic health record, EMR, AHR. We typically find that our partners are either targeting healthcare or avoiding healthcare like the plague. Anyone in one of those boats? Yeah, avoiding? Okay. Thanks, Jason. So what we're looking at is a huge expansion of who's going to get into this market, not only per number of businesses, but the scope of the integration. So instead of having a cloud-based backup just be for one person's workstation or laptop, you're now looking at a cloud-based backup that's going to hit all of your laptops, your workstations, your mobile devices. So we have mobile applications that backup information from your iPhone or your Droid. We're looking at a huge expansion into the server market. So now you take your servers, web servers, database servers, e-commerce servers, whatever it is, use ServerSave to back that up, and you have a full image of the system, and then you can get that off-site. So I'm going to read this quote from the IDC down here, and the title of the study or the report is Adoption and Spending Intentions on Public Cloud Backup Services. The IDC currently is estimating a 4 to 6x growth over the next 3 to 4 years.